I'm a Disney guy. What do you call me? Dizhard.
Yeah.
Disney hardo. Go there, vacation there, of course.
You will, in the parlance of our time, stan Disney.
That's right. I'm a stan.
You're a Disney stan.
Enormous fan of Disney. I'm a Disney stan. That's true. I saw this. The headline was, Disney worker reveals dumbest question she's ever been asked. And I thought, did I ask this question? Is it possible?
They're talking about you?
Yeah. She had worked in one of the hotels there. She didn't say
which property?
She did not say
Florida,
which
California?
one. Florida, Disney World. And she was part of a hotel and she was talking about Disney's Magical Express service, where they automatically check your luggage into your room. You just leave it in your car, I believe, or you leave it right there at the front, and then they take it to your room. You don't have to carry it up.
That's magic.
That's magic, exactly.
When you get the cash.
So we did this at the Floridian one time.
I mean, you can pass the cash over to the person behind the counter. They'll do anything you want.
A lot of hotels will make your luggage magically appear in your room.
Yeah, they can do it.
It's called Magic Express, and she was talking about it. He knows what I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
You go down there, and they'll take care of it. So she's part of that crew, and wait till you hear the dumbest question she was ever asked. And after I heard it, I wiped my brows. Whew, I didn't ask this question.
You were close?
I was like, yeah, why don't you...
Can we guess what the question
yeah,
was?
why don't you...
I mean, the obvious would be, who is Mickey Mouse?
Well, actually, honestly, I don't think it's...
Does Mickey live here, or that kind of thing?
It wasn't even really... It says the dumbest question ever asked, but in reality...
Is it logistics or park related?
It's logistics. And it's not even really a question. It's something the guests did with their luggage with the Magic Express. That's the Magic Express takes your luggage from the lobby to the room. That's all it is.
They tipped the guy and carried it themselves.
Let me let her explain what happened.
I worked for Disney World as a CP in Bell Services at one of the resorts. I once had a guest come up to me who had been checked in for hours, and they still hadn't received their luggage to the room, and they were using Disney's Magical Express service. We were trying to track down their luggage, and we couldn't find it anywhere in our system, so we finally asked the guest where they left their luggage. They told us that they left it on their front porch of their home because they thought the service was magical. As if there's a magical bus that goes around all over the world and just picks up people's luggage and sends it to Disney World. That's a 100% true story.
Oh my God. Love it. Love it.
So, conceivably climbed on board a plane.
That's right. Wherever.
Maryland.
Right.
And these are adults.
That's right. And they left their luggage on their front porch. And Disney's Magical Express, here's how Disney is. They want to work and do everything without even having to ask you a question. You should not even know. So apparently they searched and searched and searched. And finally they had to go to them and say, where did you leave your luggage? And what was the answer? On the front porch of their home.
Is it possible this was a language barrier? Like they say, leave it at the front porch of your hotel?
I don't know.
Maybe they didn't read it thoroughly. Is that what they say? Leave it at the front steps
of
your destination?
Well, what we always did was we flew last time we were there and we used Disney's Magical Express.
Of course.
And what we did was you put your luggage. Do
you ever get a glimpse of the dwarves that move your bags?
No, it's all done behind.
They don't want you to see them.
They don't want you to see the luggage bit, the sausage bit.
Is there a trap door right at the opening to the hotel room and it just slides down? They put it in a tunnel.
I don't know how they do it. It's brilliant. What we did, we flew in. There's the Disney Magic Express bus. You get on, you leave your luggage there. They load it onto the bus. You don't see it again. It winds up in your room an hour later. And so when you get to the hotel, you just get off. You don't even have to get your baggage off. They just take it for you. So that's, I'm sure, what they thought. They thought, but they left it at home.
Well, did they get it?
No, they didn't.
Disney didn't make an extra trip.
I thought maybe they might have said, okay, we'll go.
They didn't drive over to Oxford, Mississippi and pick up their bags.
I wonder if Disney might, that's how Disney worked. They might have said, okay, we'll go get your luggage for you.
Fly up to Weehawken.
Yeah.
Pick it up.
That's how Disney does now. You know what?
Kelly, when I've only been on one cruise, I know you've been on a few, but don't they sometimes take your bags to your room?
Oh, they do.
They do, yeah.
I thought so.
Always.
Because you just leave them ship side.
Correct.
And then they appear in your room.
But you do have to get it to the boat or to the hotel.
I was a little off, correct, but I was a little, I guess, taken aback. I've only been on one cruise, like I said, but when you get in your room, there's this giant stack of envelopes. Here's what you have to tip this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy.
That is a little bit strange.
I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, people may not do it, and there are tons of people that work on those ships.
Now, the
Especially if
cruises,
you're not American.
the cruises I've been on, you can pre-tip. We could.
Oh yeah.
So we could pay everything ahead. But then they still, of course, if you really get good service, you can leave additional.
Now, the Disney, I'll tell you what, this is another example of what Disney can do for you. A friend of mine, they had been they'd been on a Disney cruise, like a 4-day cruise. And the parents knew this was coming. So it's like, oh, it's a cruise. And so they disembarked in Florida. And they're driving back home. And they knew this call was coming and what time it was coming. Well, about an hour into their drive, the phone rang, and the dad picked it up, and it's on speaker and it's Mickey Mouse saying, oh, you had such a nice time on our cruise. We wondered if you'd just like to come to the park for a few days. Well, of course, the parents had set all this up, and the kids were like, oh, what? And so they said, okay, and they drove right over to the park. Now, that's Disney for you. A magical call from Mickey Mouse saying, why don't you come for an... So they had already planned out 4-day cruise, 3 days at park.
Prepaid.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, you have to pay. But they paid a little extra for that call.
Does Mickey call the children by their name? Or is that like a computer voice just fill in? Hey, we understand. Bobby and Sally love Disney a lot.
You know, I didn't hear the call, but don't put it past Disney to do it where they've got some.
That's the magic.
That's the magic of Disney. Now, yesterday I let this audience down.
How so? And when? And which time?
You could really say that about any day.
And any hour of the day.
Yeah.
I could say it. That's right. There is an actor who died, and I had it on my list for the entertainment news. And then at the end of the day, I thought, I'm going to cut this because I don't think anybody knows who this actor is. And I got about 6 emails saying, didn't you hear you say a word about Clarence Williams III dying? Now, Clarence Williams III was on Mod Squad. That's how long ago this was. And he played Prince's father. Was it Prince's father?
Yeah, he plays the kid's father in Purple Rain.
Purple Rain. Yeah. He was 81, and I thought, does anybody know who this is? Well, I got multiple emails saying, I listened all day. What about Clarence Williams?
Link from Mod Squad? Nothing?
Link.
Yeah, he's Link.
Link from Mod Squad.
It means nothing to you people.
That's right. That's right.
A spectacular afro.
Spectacular afro.
And my understanding of Mod Squad, which I've never seen, and this guy was in it, was that they would act young and infiltrate schools.
It's kind of like the 21 Jump Street.
Exactly.
Model. Yeah, I think they were youthful offenders, and to put themselves on the right path, they had to work for the cops.
That's right.
Full disclosure: at the time Mod Squad was on television, our TV did not pick up the ABC station.
So you don't know much about Mod Squad.
I never saw Mod Squad. I know it existed.
All eyes turned to Dave Aiken.
All I remember was the intro and all three of them running down a tunnel screaming or something in the opening credits, but I was too young to.
Somebody told me
know it.
the intro says, and said you probably couldn't get away with this intro today. They would be running down that tunnel, and it would say a black, a white, and a blonde, and they were the ones that infiltrated the schools.
That's right.
And then turned people on their friends, as narcs. Basically, they'd say you've got to turn in your friend, and that's what the Mod Squad was all about.
Never went back and watched it.
I have never seen it, so I let
It
it
might have been
go.
the last one. Yeah. As Peggy Lipton died a few years ago, I think.
She's in it. That's right, Peggy Lipton.
I don't remember who the other guy
I don't
was.
even know the third guy.
Well, apparently, this guy, Clarence Williams, was like the cool guy. He was in the show.
I think he may have been the first, or certainly popularized their use of the word solid
He did.
as an adjective.
The word solid had never been used before.
The black turtleneck.
And yes,
Solid.
And when
little square sunglasses.
yeah. And if somebody did something good, he would say solid.
Solid.
I read all this about him in his obituary, and that was his thing he was known for was solid.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe how many people were interested in this guy.
I barely remember. I mean, I've seen Purple Rain a bunch of times. I barely remember. You don't even see his face that much
right.
in the picture. He's just kind of slumped over the piano.
Yeah.
And then there's the issue with mom.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of issues.
Some parental issues with the kid.
Yeah, she did have. God, I've only seen that. That movie was such a hot mess. I saw it in the theaters, but he was the dad. And I'll tell you something else that was in his obituary. He got the job on the Mod Squad, he didn't have that much acting experience, but he was recommended by Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby said, I think this is the guy to play that part. It started in 1968, and Cosby had some pull with the network.
So this Link was how old when he passed?
Link was 81 when he passed 2 days ago.
And Cos is what, 8, 9 years older? 7 years older? Or
probably.
Were they contemporaries?
Well, I think Cosby's about 85 is my guess. So he's a little bit older than him. But he
already had a hit show
already
at that
established.
point. Yeah, he was established already. So Cosby was a star.
Yeah.
And told him. So you've got to, Link had to give it up to Cosby, I would say, and say, hey, he opened the door. He was the one.
Those are the two items that he was remembered for?
Yeah, Mod Squad and Purple Rain. That's about it. That's all there was to it. One emailer even said, you covered Bill Clinton and James Patterson writing a book, and you didn't say anything about Clarence Williams III, who passed away. Yeah, that's right.
These are the life and death decisions you have to make in a radio show.
The spur of the moment. And in fairness to me, the Bill Clinton piece was during garbage time. That was late.
We just happened to glance up at the TV, and there he was. You don't see him.
Yeah, that's impromptu.
You don't see a lot of ex-presidents.
He wrote Bill Clinton is writing this book with James Patterson, mystery novel. And Chris Demm, I didn't even know the title of the novel. Chris Demm said, you know what it is? It's called The President's Daughter.
I fought for that.
Bill.
I'm just brainstorming here. What if she has a pajama party? A pillow fight breaks out and somebody dies. Okay, I think we can work with that, Bill.
Let's go with it.
It's not pigtails and ribbons on the book jacket, is it?
How about that? There's I told Chris Dim this. There's a woman, I guess she used to be in Game of Thrones. Her name's Amelia Clark. Am I right on that, Biggie? She's from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, that's where she really blew up.
Was she the Khaleesi?
Yes.
She was like she was the dragon lady.
She is writing.
I didn't watch the show, but I think she was hot.
Okay, hot.
Naked.
She's
hot and naked.
She's writing a new comic book for Image Comics. Let's see if you think this is like a brainstorm, as Bill Clinton just had. She's writing a comic book that follows a single mom whose secret weapon is she gets superpowers, but only during her menstrual cycle.
I love it. She can only fight crime 6 to 7 days a week. A month. Sorry. What do they call her? The cycle?
The Menzie?
She's a busy single parent whose life is upended by the discovery of superpowers.
And she gets so pissed off. once a week.
Month.
Out of the month. Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Look at her lift a car. My wife does that right
with one finger.
Who's her super villain?
Yes. Well, it's just in development now.
Cramp. The cramp.
What a concept.
She flips the world upside down. East is west.
It's called Mother of Madness, is what it's called. And she'll be the superhero in the comic book.
I love it.